Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to be doing a very easy drawing of a campsite during the daytime. So we need to choose the color of our tent. I want my tent to be purple. Okay, so I'm going to get my purple and I'm going to draw 3 lines down. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to make my line to the left. I'm sorry, to the right. Excuse me, to the right. And then I'm going to do a line down. Then I'm going to make the bottom of my tent. I'm going to give my tent a little window too. A little window. And then I'm going to make a mountain. I want my campsite to be by a mountain. So I'm going to make a large triangle in the middle of my page. And it's only going to have the top and the side right here. I'm going to give myself a little wave here. It's very cold where this mountain is, so I want evergreen trees. Okay, evergreen trees are going to go all around. So I'm going to get my green crayon. I'm going to give myself a wavy line, touch the bottom of my mountain, and go all the way out of my page. Then I'm going to give myself some trees, guys. Remember, we're going to pause and play whenever we need to so we can finish this drawing together. I'm going to give them 1, 2, 3, 4 little branches. These are not super detailed trees, but they do look very nice and they work very well. Give myself another tree, little curve, a little curve, and 1 more little curve. So we have 2 trees now. I'm going to draw another tree right here, another curve. Okay, some more for the branches. Okay. I want them to be very, very simple trees so everybody can draw them together. Okay, on the other side of my tent, I'm going to give myself another tree. And then at the bottom of my tent, I'm going to give myself another line. All the way toward the bottom of my tent. Okay, all the way across my page. Okay, and then I'm going to do another 2 trees where I do 1 line down and then 6 little curves out. 1 line down and 6 little curves out so that my trees are done. Once I'm done with my trees, since my campsite is by a mountain, I'm going to get the color black and I am going to make some rocks so I can make a little fire. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 little circles for my rocks, and then I'm going to get the orange. So you can grab the orange color. We're going to do a letter U and then a W to make our flame look very bright. Okay. The next part is going to be our white. I want us to have smoke coming out. So I'm going to add some white so it doesn't interfere with the other colors that I use. If you can't see it, that's okay. Very nice. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get black because I want some birds in the sky. Okay, I'm going to put some birds going around, flying in the sky. Okay, I'm going to do one right there maybe. And I'm going to need some clouds too. And my clouds are going to be white also. Okay, and I'm going to color, I'm going to make a little shape for my cloud and then I'm going to color my cloud in white. Okay. Okay, and you guys can, now that we're done with the drawing and we're adding in our background already, you guys can go ahead and fill in your background with whatever you'd like. So you can color in your tent, which I need to do. I need to color in my purple tent. Okay, I'm going to color in this cloud. Very nice. So when I color in my sky, it is going to look very nice. And my clouds are going to look very white. Okay, so let me color in my tent. I'm going to leave that window open a little bit. use a lighter color there. Let's see. Use a pink on the inside right there. And then a pink right here. So my tent is 2 different colors now. Second part of this drawing is going to be painted. So I'm going to get my water and I'm going to get my paints right here. We're going to be using Crayola paints. I'm going to get my brush so I could add in my paint to this beautiful setting we have here. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top with my lightest color. So I'm going to make sure that my brush is very wet. And with my brush, I'm going to get my yellow paint very, very wet. Okay, I'm going to get my yellow very, very wet. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go across the top. And since I have white on my clouds, you're going to see that it just brushes off the clouds. Okay, this is going to be using our hot colors. Okay, we're going to be using some yellow and some orange and some red. Okay, so we're going to start with yellow in between. We're going to go all the way across with our yellow. Okay, and then we're going to go to our next color after yellow. The next color we're going to be using is our orange. So I'm going to get some little bit more yellow out there. Okay, so that the top of this yellow is very bright. Okay. And remember, it's above my clouds, okay? A little bit below my clouds, but not really. Okay, because we're going to do the sky first. I'm going to try the sky first this time. So I'm going to clean my brush really well because I am totally done with the yellow. And I'm going to make my orange very, very, very wet, okay? Okay, we're going to move to the next color. And the orange is going to bleed a little bit into the yellow, but that's going to be okay because it's going to look very, very nice. So we're doing a little sunset theme here with our very hot colors. Orange and yellow and red are all going to be our hot colors today. And if you feel like your brush is too dry, then go ahead and add more water to it so you can move your paint around your painting very, very easily. And we're going to go ahead and add orange. And we don't want to get any orange inside the mountain because the mountain itself is going to be brown. Okay, guys. Okay, let's follow our steps. Let's do orange next. If you need to get paint in your brush and move it onto the orange to get the other side painted, please do that. Okay, we don't want a water mess, but we do want our our brush to be wet enough to move the paint around. Okay, does everybody see how it goes right behind the green trees? So it looks very nice there. Okay, and then I'm going to keep going with that across. I'm going to clean my brush and I'm going to change it to the red. So I have red right here at the bottom. Okay, use whatever's left in my brush. Oh, see, I got a little bit there. Okay, I'm gonna have to cover that with brown, right? So let's do our best to keep our brush moving slowly, or that's gonna happen just like it happened to me. Okay, we're gonna get our brush and we're going to get our red next. Nice and moist, because our red is usually very, very dark. Okay, so let's get our red. And this, again, it's going to go behind our trees, not on our mountain, but behind our mountain. So you can use your brush to make those lines, and it's not going to paint over our green. Our green is going on the bottom also. So let's get through the sunset first. Okay. Oh, you see, I got a lot there. And if it's very, very wet still, you can move it a little bit so it'll lighten it up. Very nice. That looks so pretty. And then when it's wet that way, I like to push it out so that all the color spreads out. Okay, same thing. I'm going to grab more water in my brush. I'm going to moisten my red a little bit more, and then I'm going to do the other side. I just love seeing the way it doesn't go over the crayon. It just goes right behind it. That's so nice. The wax really just emulsifies the paper and it doesn't allow it to go behind, to go in front of the wax. Okay, and again, I'm going to use whatever color I have left in my brush to blend to the other side so that it doesn't take longer to dry. Okay, so we're painting along that with our sunset. And the white that we use with our crayon is going to be making our clouds stand out very well. So I'm going to clean my brush now and I'm going to move along to brown because I need to cover up that orange and that red. So I'm going to go ahead and get brown in my brush. I'm going to get the brown very, very moist and I'm going to add it in here. Okay. Very nice. You see how that red just totally blended away? That orange is completely hidden. And I'm just going to use my brush to go across and then down. And I'm going to get my brown mountain. Okay. And I'm going to, again, all the color was right here. And you see how I'm sweeping it down and I'm just brushing it to the other side. And we did some S's for the white smoke. So here's what it's going to happen. It's going to show up right here. Okay, very nice. And I'm going to put some more brown behind our tent there. And then our color is going to change to green now. We're going to change to green so it shows the bright green grass. Okay, because this is a very, very woodsy area. So you see lots of green. So we're going to change to our green now. We're going to wet our brush and make sure all the brown is out of it. We're going to clean it very well and we're going to move on to the green. Okay, right here on the green, we're going to fill it in very, very nicely. I have some purple from another painting there. Let's cover that up. Very easily goes away. And then since I have so much paint here, I'm going to really want to spread it out so I can make a darker green right here. Remember, you don't want to get too close to another wet color. If the brown is still wet, it's going to blend into your green. It's going to blend into your green a little bit. So again, wherever I move my brush is where the paint is going, and wherever the wetness is, that's where the paint is flowing. So you want to get a little bit darker and just move it across, sweep that so that it looks a little bit darker there. You can definitely do that. And then I'm going to add green to the very bottom, but I need to wet my paint. My paint got a little dry and I'm going to moisten that up. I'm going to give it, oh yeah, that's a very dark, pretty green. I'm just going to finish off the campsite with a lot of green at the bottom there. Very nice, easy painting. We did that rather quickly. Okay, if you need to finish up, go ahead and finish up. I'm going to add a little bit more water to my green paint so I can keep spreading it around. So go ahead and do that. And there we go. We have our beautiful campsite. Oh, I'm going to fix my page for a second. There we go. So that I can make sure to get every side nice and painted. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Okay, spreading it out. If I see any cluster of paint in one direction, I can spread it out with my brush. Since my brush is still very wet, it does that very well. I'm using a very straight edge brush, so it makes those good straight lines. Very nice. Okay. And we're done. If you would like to take a little bit, because I have a little bit of yellow on top of my clouds here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little tissue and I'm going to wipe that away. Now, since it's a little bit dry, I'm just going to rub it a little, and you're going to see that the yellow can really just come off that wax where it's going to blend into those little areas. Okay? Very nice. Okay. Very nice. And then again on our smoke right here. Just gonna run the tissue with the tip of my finger onto those so I can get those little S shapes back. There we go. Thank you so much for painting with me.